G'day viewers, Peter here. How are they hanging? As you can see, actually I don't know if you can see, it's a kind of a day outside. So I'm going to do an indoor job, and I've just picked up the parts for this Honda 11 horsepower on the mobilco slasher. And you might remember that the starter was faulty. Now I have run this a bit, and I put these 3 bolts back in just so I can run it, and I've been starting it with a rope. But I have bought an aftermarket. Now I haven't done this job before, and I'm a little bit, I won't say scared of it, but let's say I respect things like springs and things like that. So this is the original Honda shroud, and this is the pulley. Now if anyone's interested in part numbers, this is what I bought, a HDO 231, and it looks like quite a reasonable quality aftermarket one. I did run a vernier over it, and it is 8mm wide, and the ones for the smaller motors, like on lawnmowers, are only 6mm wide, and it seems to be packaged appropriately. This is the old spring. Where's the other half of it? Now it actually didn't break, if you can see that. It rusted through. I mean, you can see evidence there. Like I said, it was left in the weather for 10 years, which has been fun for this job. It's got the string, looks all right. As I said, I haven't done this job before, and I'm always massively respectful of doing a job involving a spring, because they can twang out, and a lot of swearing and cursing going on. And when I load the string in, I'm quite mindful of, am I going to do it backwards? If you turn the spring upside down, it's going to go the wrong way. And how to install it. I'm thinking of perhaps getting it close, and then cutting the wire with some side cutters or something like that. But I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. So I've never done this before, and I'm a little bit respectful of springs. So I've got a bit of a holder up here that my son Daniel bought me. So thank you to Daniel. Can you see anything there? Not sure what you can see, but looks like it might work. Alright, so I've actually cleared up 6 square inches of bench space just for you bastards. And I've got a pair of pliers there. I don't know what tools I'm going to use, or I don't know how this is going to go, but I've never done this before. So I'm going to assume there's a cutout here for it. So I'm going to assume that that goes like that. I actually reckon I might be able to push that through the wire. There's a wire that's containing it, and it's just twisted on. I'm actually changing my mind. I'm going to see if I can just push this through with my thumbs. So, I don't know what you can see in here. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to push that down below there, because clearly that has to catch into that. Let me see if I'm happy with that. Yes, I think I am. So let's see if I can push this through. The wire. There you go. That doesn't look too painful. I'll just get rid of that. Can anybody see that? So that looks like it might work. So I can 86 that. Now I've got this little oil can here I filled up with bar oil from my chainsaw. originally this had grease in it and I had to clean that all off with Caro. I'm not a fan of grease because this is up where the air draft is, and there'd be a shitload of dust. So probably not a fan of grease, but I do want to put some sort of lube on it. So I'm kind of figuring, rightly or wrongly, that chainsaw bar oil will the reason I'm thinking is I think it'll sort of tend to hang on. I mean, it's designed to not flick off, and it's also a bit thicker. Alright, so if we've got that in there and that in there, so how do I catch one onto the other? Alright, so that one there is going to, if I put my thumb, I'm going to put my thumb approximately where the leg that catches is, and this thumb approximately where the slot is, and see if I can put these. Yeah, that seems to be working. Alright. Okay, I've got to turn this off because I've got to get the ratchet and pawls and things. But it's looking good so far. Okay, so to continue on, I've just gone up to the other shed and I used my little cheapo. Actually, they might have been Japanese in the 70s. I don't think they were Chinese. But these little pawls that flick out, there's a little spring down the bottom. Now, mind you, this one is made in Japan. Actually, you might be able to read made in Japan. I'm not sure if you can read that. So this one, okay, continuing on, if I rotate that in that direction, the pawls come out, and that's the direction of pulling. So should I give it 4 turns or 5 turns? A bit of a guess, I don't really know the answer to that. So the hole in the pulley is here and the hole in the shroud is there. So it's really going to be a half a turn out. So that's cool, that's a half. I'll call that 1. I'll call that 0. So that's 1. That's 2. It's getting a bit hard. That's 3. I'll try and get 4. Which is really 4.5, isn't it? I think 4.5 will be enough. You probably don't really want to give it more than is necessary. Now, when I took this, I didn't cut this off, I took it off with a soldering iron. So I'm going to, there'll be an element of swearing and cussing it there, I'm sure. It wasn't too painful actually. Now, I'll leave the screwdriver in there. As I said, I've never done this before. But I think it'll only need a fairly rudimentary sort of knot. we're not building a space shuttle here. I think that will be more than adequate. Now let's see if I've got this spring the right way. Knowing me, it's perfectly possible it's all up to shit. Was four turns was simply a guess on my part. That wasn't a bad fucking guess either. Fucking hell. I surprise myself sometimes. That is fucking beautiful. And if you look here, oh, as I fall over, when I pull it, see the two, can you see the two pawls come out beautifully? Could have probably done with half a turn less. Alright, we'll see how we go. Okay, now I just moved the mower outside so I can start it, because it'll be a bit smoky, I think. It hasn't been run for a while. Now there's one of three positions that I could have put the starter on, but I want to start on the right hand side because the throttle's on this side. I haven't got my stand out and I can't be fucked, but these start notoriously well, so let's give it a pull. What does it need? Okay, let's start it alright. So I've just got new belts for that. I won't run it long. Yeah, recoil starter works, not really surprised. I was a little bit reticent about doing working with springs, but springs are springs. And I don't think it's hunting really. At maximum revs it might hunt a little bit, but I think the carby will eventually clear out. But I'm happy with that. So next video I'll put the belts on and see how I go. Alright, Uru.